Episode of the Everblack Podcast is brought to you by Deathwish, Hotrods and Kustoms. Check out their Instagram for all their new t-shirts, caps, beanies, cups, and the all-new Atomic Death lineup. Hey, how are you going? What's going on, man?
What's up? I'm just hanging out. I slept for like 4 hours. I'm really fucking tired.
Oh, what is it? What time is it there?
Oh, it's 1 p.m. So I'm just like I'm running on fumes since 7 a.m. this morning. So
are you on tour? Is that what you're doing now?
no, I'm back home in Sweden. I work at I even forgot my fucking title. I'm a film photographer at a production studio here in Gothenburg.
Man.
So I sit and edit videos all day, and I'm just tired by not sleeping and sitting in front of a screen all day.
Bro, mate, I feel you. But I'll try not to keep you too long so you can.
Oh no, it's super fine, man. It's my own fault. Like I should have just gone to bed.
Yeah, but you never do, mate. I know exactly what it's like. You just go, oh, just do a little bit, and then you look down the clock and it's like the sun's up, and you're like, oh shit, that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
I gotta go switch modes.
it's always like instant regret when you like hear the birds starting to wake up and just fucking chip away. It's horrible.
Today, oh man, I was throwing back the energy drinks today. I had one like that last night. My boss is like, "You right, mate?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I'm all fucked up. But anyway, mate, it's awesome you could join us on the show.
Hell yeah.
Mate, I gotta say though, you've recently released a new Aviana album, Corporation, and man, it's been received insanely well. Not just globally, but especially down here in Australia. It's just
We saw the numbers, like especially on Spotify. Like we didn't know we were doing that well, to be honest. So we got surprised, a positive surprise, of course. So we're super psyched about like what's happening over there.
yeah, especially down here. We're so far away. Have you been here before?
Never in my entire life, no.
Mate.
I really want to go though. Really, really want to go to Australia.
Oh, you'd love it, man. You'd love it. You got to bring your camera, and when you're not jamming, you'd love the photography, because your photography is incredible, dude. Like your work.
Oh, thank you so much, mate.
Out. And man, there's so much stuff here that you just be bam, bam, bam. You love it.
I would preferably like be more of a tourist than a touring musician the first time I'm there. Like it was the same with Japan. Like I love touring there, but holy shit, I want to go there as a tourist, because like you just like want to watch everything and take photos of everything and just like soak it in, rather than like being, getting to a city, going to a venue, play the show, and go to next city. Like you don't really have the time to be a tourist. So I really want some extra days off if we're going to Australia for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. The Era Boys were here recently.
Yeah,
they had a little bit of extra time. They were kicking about. It's definitely the way to do it. It's expensive. I know it's an expensive, but it'd be so worth it for you. You love it.
I think it would be worth to put like just a tiny bit of extra money into it, just to enjoy ourselves as well as touring. Or we enjoy touring. That came out fucking wrong, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah.
It's nice to just sightsee a bit as well, because you barely have the time when you're actually on tour.
And plus, it amazes me, like guys that haven't been here, like yourselves, that have like these kind of weird expectations of what Australia is. Like you've got this weird idea. Everyone's got these weird ideas that we ride around kangaroos and
kangaroos, snakes, dangerous spiders. Because I've seen so much shit on the internet, man. Like when they try to put on their shoes and there's like this humongous ass spider in there, like, well, I'm not going out for a walk today, and you're so chill about it. Like I would freak the fuck out, and I'm not even afraid of spiders. It's just like it can kill you, and you're so fine with it.
Yeah, mate. Where I live, I've told this a few times on the show. that we get eastern brown snakes are in my area, and they're like one of the most deadliest snakes in the world. And
Yeah.
we follow them, and man, like they're like fat, like they've been like munging down big feet, and they're like everywhere here. It's
Yeah.
and they're closing in, and I keep seeing in the things like they're just getting closer and closer to where I live. So I don't know. I don't know if there's.
It's just like move, man. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'll be coming to your country.
Sweden, we don't have any deadly snakes or spiders. We just have normal things, and it's so nice.
Normal things. What
Yeah.
is a normal
You don't
thing?
have to be afraid of dying when you walk outside the door. It's like it's easy here.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No, I know. Like I know a lot of people from Australia, and like every time I talk to, because like I have this huge fear of snakes. Like I cry when I see a snake. Pretty much, I'm so afraid of them. And like a lot of people are like, well, you get used to it. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. Like it's so far off from like my reality, because like I said, this week we don't have, like, we have fucking reindeers and polar bears, not polar bears, but so we're not used to that thing. And I guess like I'm just a very scared human being. I don't know.
Man, yeah, you'll be right. That's where you'll be right.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be right. But did it surprise you that, being that we're all the way down here, that it like Australians connected with this album? So I mean, it is phenomenal. It is a really good fucking album. So
Thank you so much.
that's a given. But out of anywhere, you'd think like Australia.
I don't know. We've like, we're good friends with Make Them Suffer, for example, and we've been talking a lot, or actually right before the pandemic started, we were talking about coming over to Australia to tour with them. But I don't know if like that tour they did in Europe with us and the Word Live kind of got us somewhere on the map over there, and then that just kept growing. I have no idea, to be honest. Like it's just mind-blowing to see what's happening over there, and it's really fucking exciting as well, because like I said, we really want to go there, and having like a solid fan base from the get-go would be like so nice to like actually be received in a nice manner, I guess.
Well, it seems like you do, man. I think the numbers speak for themselves, and the fact that right now there's something really exciting happening in our music scene, especially for heavy music. So people are just we're hungry for it. So I think that's it's, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's seen over everywhere else in the world, that what's sort of happening and coming out of here, but we're hungry for it. That's for sure.
And that's a good thing. Like I did a podcast. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like at the start of the year, when we just released a couple of singles, or at the end of last year, I think it was. And I was told that like the metal scene in Australia has been like kind of not bad, but it's been like kind of not being like what people used to expect from the metal scene.
Yep.
And he told me as well that like it's actually starting to come back again. And the same thing is in Sweden. Like Sweden's metal scene has been dead for almost a decade now. Like it's been shit. So you can play shows in Stockholm and Gothenburg and Malmö. So it's like east, west, and south of Sweden. The rest of like the parts, like in between everything, you can't really play shows because like the metal scene isn't there anymore. So we kind of figured that like that might be happening around the whole world, but apparently you guys are actually starting to like get away from that and actually go back to normal, whilst Sweden is what it is. Like we're used to it. Now we're like selling out shows in Stockholm and Gothenburg, which is super cool because that hasn't been done in such a long time. So I have high hopes that if we go to Australia, that it's gonna end up really good.
100%. I'm fully confident that it will. Especially
that makes me glad, man.
Like, yeah, the word's good, man. It's all good. And the thing is, as I said, I really, really like the sound. I love the concept that you're working with as well. Like
Mhm.
visually as well is really, really cool, man. Like you're doing something that's like the masks are incredible. Like it's really cool. I like it. What's the meaning behind the characters and the theme of the album? What's the story?
So it's I really want to explain it so much better than I can, because the meaning behind this album is one out of three parts, which is going to be three albums.
Hmm.
So we're actually like building this whole world as a like concept thing. So we're not doing like concept albums per se, but we're doing like these three albums as a concept to recreate, or rather just create a new image for the band. So not really going like too much into detail, but this is a darker side of what's to come. But I can't I hate it because I really want to like nerd, because we've built up this thing for such a long time. Like I
Yeah,
really want to like tell people, but that would kind of kill like the mystery behind what we're doing.
I understand. I understand. But of course, with that, with the concept, how long have you been cooking it up for? Like, you've obviously got it all, is it all written? Like, is everything all planned out?
I would say maybe 50 or 60% is written down now. But we're like, our team is growing a lot, so we're trying to like get people involved into that as well, to actually make it more interesting, more more relatable to fans, and like have actually professionals that work with scripts, for example, actually in like, put that into our music videos. And like we're growing very fast and we're not really realizing it, I think. And having so many people around us now is super cool. But like we want to, produce something, like we want this image that I had from the get-go to actually like still be there. So I don't know, like the original thought I had, like this whole idea about the image and about not really the concept albums, but the image per se, with like the stage clothes we're wearing. I had that before the old members left. Like I wanted to recreate Aviana all the way back then.
Hmm.
Um, so when the other guys joined in, we came up with the mask idea, and started like working on the designs on that. And I guess from that point on, we really started working with like the whole concept with these three albums. So we've come far, but like we just need 40% for the upcoming album. So we're like still like a few steps ahead, which is nice, because during corporation we were fucking super late on deadlines every single time, and it stressed the fuck out of us. So this time we're gonna like actually make sure that everything is prepared before even giving masters to our record label. Like we need to know that everything is fine.
Do you think it's something that you want to expand on in the live setting? Like you've got, I love big theatrical stuff. I love big stage shows, and when bands like yourselves go and make that effort to give fans an escape. But when people want to go see a show, they don't want to see a bunch of dudes in board shorts, you know, just they just
Yeah,
off from work. It's called a show for a reason. You know, we
exactly.
would you want to take it to as far as something like Roger Waters' The Wall, or something on that grand scale, or something even cinematic?
We definitely want to upgrade everything that has to do, because like we get so much credit for our live show now, just because we have the outfits, we have the masks, we have this certain way, we're working on the stage with, like, and we're upgrading our, everything that comes to lighting. And like we have like always the same sound tech, because like everything needs to be perfect in our head now.
Yes.
um and we always want to like evolve. And I guess like we were playing in, I think it was somewhere in England. No, it was somewhere in Germany with what's it called? Filth something. The vocalist is called Filth. It's like a death metal or even black metal band. Filth. Shit, what's their name?
Cradle of Filth?
Cradle of Filth. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Shit.
no, that's all right.
And like we were watching as they were loading, because they were like playing the main stage and we were playing like the middle stage. And as they were loading in, they had like all these props, and it was like doomsday, in a Norwegian forest something. And I was like, I'm not getting these like intense ideas, but like I really want to make like the whole part of going to an Aviana show and experience, rather like you're saying, like I don't want to have people feel like they watched a metal band with dudes with tight black jeans and a t-shirt with long hair, because like everyone's doing it. It's been done for such a long time. And like every time I've gone to a live show, like the ones that really affect me is the ones that actually put on a show. They go into personas, they actually make something special each and every night, instead of just going up there, ripping through their album and going off the stage. So I really want to make that experience as cool and as good as possible for the fans.
Where does that inspiration come from for you? All this world building and stuff. Is it from like? Do you have a love of pop culture or literature, like or movies? Like where does this come from for you?
Me and a friend of mine, both of us are super fucking nerdy. So we've been watching some series. I think it's called The 100 on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like post-apocalyptic thing, and that just triggered something in me. Like we need to like actually work with this, because you can make so much shit about it. Like it doesn't have to be futuristic and like neon-y. It can be like super dirty and disgusting at the same time, because like there's so many different parts of one of those worlds, so you can actually work around that and still like contain that concept that you're working on. But I'm a very nerdy human being, so I take bits and pieces out of games or like pretty much anything. Like and I have a severe version of ADHD, so like when I'm like fixed on something, I'm just gonna like 100% go into it until I'm bored, and then I'm gonna add something else.
You wanted me. You wanted
yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about right there, my friend.
Yeah.
But man, looking back at the last year, I don't know how much time we got. I'm having a good time. But you've had a really good fucking year, dude. Well, looking at it, like man, you played some amazing shows. Like you did, like was it Summer Breeze, right?
Yeah.
And like, what was it? Brutal Assault.
Rockstar Extreme.
Yeah.
Blast as well. I'd never heard of that one, but that was one of the most fun festivals we did this summer. High Five Fest, which is one of the fastest growing metal festivals in Sweden. Super fun there as well. We've had a good year. Like we didn't expect that much to happen during this year, just because post COVID we didn't really know. Like a lot of festivals and tours were like already pre-planned, and like they just, I guess, used the same bands, changed some out because they had to cancel them. But like we didn't really expect too much out of this year, and we just wanted to release the record and actually be able to do a couple of shows. And then it did so well that people wanted us to tour a lot more, so we're like, well, that's what we're here for. Like we want to tour, so let's do it.
Yeah, this year especially just seemed to go like it started ticking and then just went like it just went nuts, man. Like I don't know.
It was overwhelming. Really, it was, in a good way though, in a really good way.
So how's the future looking for you? Obviously, you're going to come visit us at some point, I hope. But what else is on the cards, bro? What's happening?
We like we need a tiny break just to figure out what we want to do during 2023, because we have options and we have, I guess, certain things we have to do and certain things that we really want to do. So we're just like trying to figure out what ways to go. But touring is definitely something, because like we've barely toured Corporation for a year. We need to or I want to continue this album cycle and explore it during other continents, because we've been to Europe, we've been to the UK. I really want to go to Australia. I want to go back to Asia as well. And hopefully that's going to happen during next year. But then we're going back to just finishing the second album, or I'm calling it the second album, but it's the fourth album. So it's, I don't know, like, I guess it's like a normal answer any band would give you, like, yeah, we're doing some touring and then we're going to go play some shows.
That's all right. But it's exciting, dude.
It is.
It doesn't matter how many times I hear that. Like, it gets me fucking excited because I know what it's like, man. You just want to go out there and play and take it to the people, you know?
Yeah, that's why we do this. Like, that's the, you know, the high we get from it, like to see people's reactions, see the crowds, how they work, like during our songs, and especially meeting kids like after shows or before shows, even, like it's one of the things that, like, you know, keeps you going, because that, like, you get fed by so much energy. And like, I don't give a shit if someone can be like, oh, you fucked up here, or like, might not be my jam, or like, I don't, like, if someone gives me some kind of critique, like, I'm happy to hear it, because that's what, like, keeps me going and gets me to evolve into something that maybe you're like next time. And just having those conversations, because that's the thing that, like, really killed so many bands during the pandemic, because they didn't get that, like, energy at all. And we need it. Like, we need people to talk to us and tell us what they think, because that keeps the drive up.
It's true, 100%. And I think that's where everyone's getting. It's a lot of good creativity happening right now.
Yeah,
exciting.
100%.
It's really exciting. But bro, thanks for hanging out on the show. It's been really cool, you know, chatting to you. I'm sorry I woke you up, but
oh no, it's fine. I actually had to, because my boss would have grabbed me either way. So it was a good thing you woke me up.
Man. Well, we're gonna have all the links down here and all over the website, bro. We will see you down under very soon, and I'll take you for a beer on the Gold Coast if you're down here, and
yes,
shoo all the snakes and spiders away for you.
Yeah, it could be my guardian, man.
I will. Yeah. I'll bring a rake and a shoe.
Yes.
All right, bro. Well, have a good day, man, and see you soon.
You too, man. Thank you for having me.